Getting some breaking news this morning involving Google's YouTube business. Our Ylan is in Washington, D.C. with details. Good morning, Ylan.
Good morning, guys. Well, Google will be paying regulators $170 million to settle accusations that YouTube repeatedly violated the law that protects the privacy of children online. Now, under this agreement, Google will pay $136 million to the FTC and $34 million to the New York State Attorney General's office. In addition, YouTube must set up a system for content creators to designate their videos as designed for kids. The FTC said this is the first time any platform has been required to do that, and it will conduct sweeps of YouTube in order to ensure compliance. Now, the law does ban sites from tracking kids and then targeting them with behavioral advertising without the explicit consent of their parents. In the FTC's complaint, they said that Hasbro and Mattel were some of the chief offenders on YouTube's platform. In a statement, FTC Chairman Joseph Simon said that the agreement will force YouTube to change its business model and that, quote, there's no excuse for YouTube's violations of the law. However, the two Democratic commissioners at the FTC have dissented from this agreement. They voted against it. They said the dollar amount was too low. It should have been in the billions, not the millions, that it doesn't go far enough in changing YouTube's business practices, and that there's no good way for the FTC to ensure that Google is indeed complying with the law. Still, guys, the FTC did note that this $170 million penalty against Google is the largest it has ever collected under this privacy law. Back to you.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, Ylan, Google faces so many different investigations. You know, you've got an antitrust probe from a lot of state AGs. Not clear how many, and it may be unveiled fairly soon. You got the Senate holding the subcommittee hearings on the 24th, examining concerns related to acquisitions of nascent digital competitors. It goes on and on. The Irish government is examining whether or not they fed personal data to advertisers. It's sort of not going to end for this company anytime soon in terms of, A, the investigations and perhaps the fines that follow.
That's right. I mean, this is really happening on a number of fronts across a number of issues involving Google. I think it was also interesting that in her dissent, Democratic Commissioner Slaughter said that she hopes that state AGs will continue to fight on this particular issue, children's privacy, calling on the state AGs to perhaps file their own complaints, launch their own investigations into Google over this issue, and perhaps receive an even bigger fine. There is widespread concern amongst consumer advocates that this fine basically amounts to a slap on the wrist for YouTube and for Google, considering the amount of advertising revenue that kids' content does bring in. It's one of the most popular sites on the web for kids. Does the punishment match the crime in this case? That is going to be hotly debated, but at least now we know what the structure of this settlement actually is.